Hey everyone, it is lockdown 2.0, as you can tell from my hair, but we are approaching the end. It has been far from ideal, but places like the ones I'm going to show you in this video today and climbing centres are opening very soon, so it's on the up. Stay positive, stay healthy. So the video I'm going to be discussing today was actually filmed the night before lockdown began, and I didn't really manage to capture it in a vlog kind of way, so that's why I'm just going to be running the video down in this format, and it went amazingly. So without further ado, let's run the intro. What's up guys, I am in Swindon. Today is Wednesday the 4th of November and tomorrow is the return of lockdown. So I have journeyed up the M5 to True Function Ninja Warrior Academy in Swindon. True Function Ninja Training Ground was set up by Dion Trigg, who is a real enthusiast of Ninja Warrior. He has appeared on the show several occasions and he's just a really great guy and a great coach. He's basically created a ninja training ground which replicates a lot of the challenges you will see on the TV show and replicates them very accurately as well. There's so many challenges there for any ability to get into, and I just recommend it so much because it is so much fun. So how did my passion for Ninja Warrior come to be? Well, my first involvement with Dion actually came from when I was training to be on the show. I had been to an audition in Swansea and I had passed that audition, and I went to Dion's previous facility in Stroud for a training day. Amy Williams was actually there as well from the Winter Olympics, which is pretty cool. But I basically spent a day with him just training for some of the obstacles, and I got really hyped about Ninja Warrior in general. I was super excited to be on the show. But unfortunately I didn't make the cut for the ITV casting and I wasn't on the show, which was pretty gutting, but it was something that remained on my bucket list to be on that show, and I still am super keen to be on the show one day if they keep it running, that is. But I stayed in the loop with Dion and followed his progress as he built this new facility in Swindon, which was a lot bigger and it just looked unbelievable. There was so much time and effort that had gone into making these obstacles as accurate as possible and as fun as possible. So me and my brother were actually invited to check the place out just before it was open to the public, and we had such a good day. I'll just show you a little sample of some of the stuff we got up to that day. So yeah, that was so much fun, and I basically came away from that session with a bucket list of challenges that I wanted to get from this place in the long run, because I was sold on this concept and this training environment. I just had such a good time. And one of the ideas I basically had for this video was just to go through these challenges and see how my progression was between the two visits. So let's get into it. The first one I'm going to talk about is number 1, the cliffhanger. Dion basically has 2 versions of the cliffhanger at his facility. One is pretty monstrous and not something I'm looking at the moment, but this one was one that on my first visit I made it to the last move, but I couldn't match it. So it's a very climbing based challenge, which is right up my street. You move along the first crimp and you move up to the next, match, shimmy along a bit, and then down and match. So the moving down bit and then holding momentum as I pull down was the bit I really struggled with on my first visit. But on my return in this pre-lockdown session not so long ago, I managed to get it done, and I was very happy to do so. After a few failed attempts, I managed to stick the match.
Yes, James. Excellent, mate.
And I was actually told by one of the staff there that the middle section had been raised a little bit since my last visit, so it was actually harder than it was before. So that was really cool to get that one done, and to see that my strength and my finger strength training had been paying off, and I'd progressed. Okay, so number 2, Devil's Ladder. This is a really fun challenge for upper body strength, and on my first visit in December 2019, I managed to get up the first set of ladder, and as I was transitioning across, I couldn't quite hold the tension to do the match, but I was really happy with that at the time. Again, this was a really positive one for me to track my progression from the first visit to the second. In the first lockdown, I really worked hard on becoming stronger and did a lot of press-ups. And when I returned to attempt this challenge not so long ago, I could see that progression paying off, because I made it onto the match and I came back down the next set of stairs. So I could see that my strength training had certainly paid off, which was amazing.
James, keep going. Go on, keep going, mate. It's excellent. Brilliant. Brilliant. Go on, one more.
I'll take that.
Excellent.
So I'm really happy with my progress on that one, and although I haven't completed it yet, stay tuned for that, because that is definitely a long-term goal of mine to do. Okay, so finally, number 3, and the big one from the night, the one that left me coming away from the place with, I'm not even kidding, but a massive smile on my face, and that was climbing the mega wall. In the show, you will notice at the end of all the qualification runs, contestants have to climb their way up the warped wall, which I believe is around about 14 to 15 foot. Now, in the training ground that Dion has, he has a similar version of this, which is 15 foot, but then he also has a mega wall, which is 19 foot, and I believe is one of, if not the biggest around. It was built with the help of an American Ninja Warrior participant by the name of John Stewart, and I don't believe many people have got to the top of it. I basically came away from my first visit last year putting this down as a long-term goal, and I wanted to work my way up to it gradually. I had got the 15 foot one, but I didn't see it as something that would happen anytime soon, the 19 foot one. What I had to do first of all was demonstrate to Dion that I could successfully climb the 15 foot wall 5 times in a row without fail. It's part of a system he does just to show that you're ready to make the step up to the big wall, because it does have a pretty big fall back if you do not make it. So he wants to see that confidence and that control. Been granted permission to go for the big one, so I'm just taking some coming down and getting used to the deceleration. So once I was told that I had permission to start attempting the big one, I really started to get quite hyped and my adrenaline started to pump. I thought the best practice first of all to start getting a feel of the big wall would be to start practicing taking some falls and coming back in a safe way. And the way that you're encouraged to do it is just by staying on the wall and letting your feet slide down, because if you turn down, that could get messy. So I took a few attempts on the small wall, just getting used to failing and coming down, and then I started to step things up and turn my attention to the big wall. Right, I'm feeling prepared. I've been given the all clear to try the mega wall, so I'm going to start giving it some attempts now. 19-inch wall, one of the biggest around. Let's go. Getting the control right now. So I started to turn my attention to the big wall and give more and more attempts. Found myself getting closer and closer, and I actually started to believe that this was a thing that could get done on this night. So my adrenaline definitely started pumping, and I had a good few encouraging attempts. But then what I realised was that something was holding me back, and that was my shoes. I was using a pair of these shoes here. They're Nike shoes that I use a lot for things like, I would use outdoors for things like parkour most commonly. But when you're using an indoor surface, you want something that gives complete stick and grip on the wall. So what actually happened was Dion offered me his shoes. They have a complete flat bottom, and it basically enabled me to, when you get on the wall, you can have that slight extra moment to reach up and get the top. So I put the shoes on, and then basically this happened. Been given some shoes, and now I'm getting super close to this. This is gonna go. Let's go. Yeah, we'll get stuff.
James Rudge, 6th person to conquer TFNTG 19-foot mega wall. That is awesome, bro. How do you feel?
Brilliant, honestly, that was amazing.
You are only the 6th person to conquer the 19-foot mega wall here at TFNTG, the 3rd British athlete. Well done. Awesome.
Shoes, man, it's the shoes. And that's the smile on my face at the end of that video. It did not leave anytime soon. I was absolutely buzzing to get this. It wasn't something that I had prepared for that night, and the satisfaction leaving that place after such a good session just left me like going into lockdown feeling great. And it just shows if you put yourself at anything, you can overcome those challenges. So I strongly recommend people check out this place when they get the opportunity, because Dion's done a fantastic job there, and he's a great coach. He's got sessions for kids as well. And I'm buzzing to get back myself and to get into some more challenges as soon as we can do so. Hopefully next visit I'll be able to film the day in a more vlog kind of video and take you guys with me. But I've got some more videos to come, got plenty of ideas lined up. Lockdown hasn't been the easiest environment to create content, but I'm getting things together, and I can't wait to keep bringing more videos to this page. So if you like the video, guys, share and subscribe, and look forward to seeing you in the next one.